Couch Pod. The White Couch Podcast.
Welcome to another episode of the White Couch Podcast. What's going on?
What's the
What's
word?
going on? How y'all feeling today?
Man, Jesus. It's good.
All the time, man.
All the time. I don't think I said that right.
It's cool, it's cool. But it's February the 13th, 2021, day before Valentine's Day, fellas.
Yeah.
Y'all feeling good? It stopped snowing.
Feeling
We
good,
right outside
feeling
Chicago, but it stopped snowing. We're not still cold, but you know, we made it. We made it to another day,
Sweet.
alive and breathing.
You know what I was thinking about the snow?
What?
Like when I'm like in my house and I'm like looking outside and like looking at the snow, it just reminds me of like how blessed I am, knowing that like it's somebody out there who's like living on the street who don't have like nowhere warm to stay, and people are like living outdoors in this type of weather. So like whenever I'm looking outside and just like looking at the snow, just like looking at like. Sometimes I'm like I'm unhappy about where I am in life, but then like I look at that snow, it just makes me realize like, damn, I got a warm place to stay. I got somewhere to lay my head every night, and
Preach, minister.
somebody out there is living like you know.
Man,
I couldn't imagine myself.
I'm trying
like,
to. So you saying you can't imagine it? So
I'm
you,
like, yeah.
so you basically shitting on him right now. It's like, what are you doing, bro?
Well, no, I said it's like I'm just saying like, you know, it's just
He's
like
he's
looking
blessed.
looking outside at the snow just reminds me about like how blessed I am.
Right.
Right.
It's a great reminder.
But don't that say like
No, every morning I wake up.
you're
feeling
like,
blessed.
dang, I ain't living on the street like that, nigga.
No,
I'm so blessed.
no,
like,
no,
that sounds horrible.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I don't like looking at homeless people like that, but I'm just like, I feel. Like I'm saying, I feel for them because like it might happen to me one day. You never know. Like what life might. They could have been living good one day, and life came at them fast. You know, family could have passed away or not had no access to any money or anything like that. They probably didn't see that coming.
So
That might happen to me one day. You just never know.
So let me ask you a question. So, like, do you think the government should be helping homeless people more than, or should the communities be helping people more?
I feel like I feel like everybody probably could, knowing because like I remember like Tupac said, there should be no reason why we have all these rich people, you know, and living in every country, and it's still like world hunger going on. Like, and there's still like starving people who can't even like don't even know what their next meal is.
You pay too much taxes for there to be this many homeless people.
That is true.
It's a self-assurance
Right.
word.
Yeah, like
It's too many people that literally just like type up a sentence a day that get paid six figures.
yeah,
It's like it's all this money around.
Yeah.
Like if you look at it, like think about like all the governments and everything. It's probably at least, you know, probably like 25 to 50 people getting six figures within any government. You take 10,000 from their salary, they still making good money.
Still making
Right.
good money regardless.
You say, okay,
It's still
I'm
wealthy,
yeah.
but
It's
not-
you
Yeah.
be thinking about shit, but then I also be
Yeah.
thinking like shit. It's a matter of like some people just ain't got the right resources. You know, some people just ain't got the right education. But that's a part. I started with the government and feeding that education, helping facilitate all the opportunities and shit. So people get their minds.
But my point is like, I feel like the government should have like the funds set aside for
Hell
like
yeah.
for that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's hard because you know like people will just be homeless so they can get free stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like it's
I mean,
like
but then that goes to the mindset too. Like
if you
It's
trying
gonna
to
be
be
a couple,
homeless,
but it's gonna be a couple of bad ones in every
right?
situation that you know. So they don't have to deal with that. It's come with the good and the bad.
But can you imagine though when the bad happens, they gonna chop it up anyway. They gonna be like, nah, we can't let that happen again. So you know what I mean? So, but it's like the money should be there for the people though. So
I mean, that's true either way. Right.
yeah. My whole point was I just don't want to take none of this shit for granted. All of my blessings that I have in life, I don't take none for granted because each and every day you never know when might be your last. You know, you might be on the street the next day. You just never know. You know, so I take nothing for granted. I take you know like each and every day is a blessing.
yeah, it's all the mindset though. I think it's just. I understand you gotta take everything as a blessing, but you gotta be appreciative of life in general being the biggest opportunity for you. Like everybody born, and everybody not necessarily born with the same opportunities, but everybody's born with the same amount of ability to create the opportunity for themselves.
Okay,
that's a fact.
yes, sir.
So I feel personally like, you know, it's been people that just came from the mud and just worked it out. Tyler Perry, look at him, a billionaire, Atlanta, owns biggest studio in the nation, to my knowledge.
Yeah,
It's like little shit like that.
Yeah.
So everybody obviously not that strong will, but then you know it's a team effort. People have to take accountability for themselves. Government has to take accountability. Like, hey, we only sit here and walk in the office, sit there and watch YouTube or look at something.
But why would you want to change that though?
I mean, but that's a form of greed though. Like once you hit a certain level of money, it's an amount of money that you're gonna be good the rest of your life. You don't really need this shit. And it's like at that point, like, why have it? You know, like think about like the average. Think about a billionaire, like Warren Buffett and shit like that. He doesn't spend $100 billion a year. He makes that though. It's like, why do you need that much money?
Because you worked for it?
Yeah,
because you worked for it?
There has to be
Your families.
And I decided to save.
I mean, I think at $1 billion, you should be able to.
After $1 billion, I mean, that's true though.
You understand how much $1 billion is? Like, think about it.
$1 billion.
That's a lot.
6, 7, 10 generations.
Okay, so
people, they don't have to work like ever.
So think about Bezos. You know, like the
right.
Like he just retired from Amazon.
He resigned from the CEO position and then he took over as like a board member. So
but I mean, you know what I mean. This dude worth over $1 billion, but he worked for that. My thing is like, you don't want to take from one man's mouth out of their hard work so you could give to somebody who ain't working as hard. Is the way that mentality would go. You see what I'm saying?
I don't, in a sense of like, at some point, you understand that you've maxed out your life's like life trajectory. Like, you maxed out like, hey, all I need to be good at, to live the way I want, is this amount of money. Now comes my family, obviously. Honestly, if you think about it, if we had $1 billion in our family right now, we would be good from the cousins to the uncles and everything on down for at least 2 to 3 generations. And by then, it should be a lot more. Like, that should be just generated. Like, Jeff Bezos has over, like, forget 6 figures. This nigga, like, this man has over $100 billion worth of money.
Yeah.
Like, by himself. Yeah. Not including Amazon, who is like probably like 3. That is so much money that he probably has 100, probably like 1,000 generations that's going to pass through before it ever gets ran out. He can literally afford to give everybody a $1,200 stimulus check in America by himself.
Funny thing is that nobody in Amazon got a pay increase.
That's crazy.
After all of that, that's crazy.
It's like little shit like that. It's a form of greed, though. It's a form of greed and power, you know.
All right, so I heard this story, and they were saying like college players are going to start getting paid. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if it's true or not. But do y'all think they should start getting paid or not?
I don't see how you can do that equally.
Yeah, they already get stipends.
You're getting stipends, but how can you compare? Because let's say a big school like LSU, so they're known for basketball players, football players. They're gonna get some money,
right?
But then you got the baseball players, and they're not. They don't generate as much money as them. So that's gonna become an issue. How do you equally pay everybody? Because if I'm a big star at LSU, shoot, I want to get paid the most out of all you niggas. Because without me, y'all not. You know what I'm saying? Right. So how can you equally? I just don't see that happening, especially with the level.
I don't think they'll do it. I think personally, the NCAA should, take that humble pill and just partner up with the league and call them and use those student athletes who want to play basketball, who are good enough to play basketball, and not worry about social science and all this other shit. They should just have that program for them where it's like they the development league.
They're not gonna do that though.
They're not gonna do it, but I think like at some point it's like
they're not gonna do that.
That's the only way you can kind of make that check. Because honestly, these players they waste time. Like they're
not wasting time.
I'm saying like the players that know they want to play basketball, they're wasting time spending on science class, so they're wasting the seat for somebody that wants to do that,
that want to learn,
that wants to do that type of thing. So it's like, why not create a program for them that?
But that goes both ways because there's some people that want to go to school.
It's a free education.
It's a free education.
So there's some people that want to go there because they know the NBA or college basketball is not the next. They know that's not the next plan. They have to. They want to graduate. So they, in a way, that's why I said you just can't say that about everybody.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that it'd be a program catered to somebody's needs and what. Like obviously, if somebody just wants to play basketball, you in college, you go there to experiment anyway. So it's like use that time to say, okay, I want to play basketball, but you can manage these classes. Like I think it has to be more catered to the individual.
Well, that's up to the individual because once you get to college, it's you on your own. It ain't no you. That's just on that person. So if they want to take these, certain classes and they want to pass and you want to keep hooping, hey, you do what you got to do.
No, but Olin, what you think, man? Should they start getting paid across the board? Or what?
I don't think so.
That they shouldn't get paid?
No, I don't think they should get paid.
Oh, wow.
I always thought of it as you get a free education, you get this, you get that. Not normal kids can't get that.
Yeah.
We're struggling to pay the tuition.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot. It is.
I think I kind of piggyback on that because I think I think they shouldn't get paid, but then anything associated with their name, like their last name on their jersey,
they can't do that because they're the property basically of the NCAA.
Yeah, but I think anything associated to their name, like they should get a piece of, but you shouldn't get paid if. Obviously, my idea is like the whole putting everything together. But if it's gonna stay separated like this, I think that you get a free education, something that a lot of people in America don't. I didn't have access to. Like
it's free.
It's free. Like
you don't have to worry about nothing. All you gotta do is hoop and go to class occasionally.
What you gotta say, man?
This is what I was gonna say. All right, so check it out. They are okay. These kids go to school for free, and they play basketball. Right. Okay. They bring the school so much shine, so much money, so much attention.
That's the only thing.
There's so much clout. Okay.
Let him finish. Go ahead.
So then, anyway, like Josh was saying, like he feels like if your name is attached to anything, you should get paid for it. And like you said, they're property of the school. Right. However, they should still get a little bonus for like getting a jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, the school gonna get paid. Think about it, the school getting paid for the jersey. Right. The jersey, like, all right. For example, I had a friend who used to play point guard for the University of Illinois. Y'all know Dimitri McCain. Right. One day I was with him in the mall. We, he wore number 30. We walking past House of Hoops, his Illinois jersey, and there was number 30 on it, but it didn't have his last name. But I'm like, that jersey wouldn't even be in there if he wasn't that nigga like hooping on the team. You know what I'm saying? So he should get like a little something. You know what I'm saying?
What they bring,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Get like a little, like, NBA niggas when they get jersey sales, they get a little bonus. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying?
Or even what they bring to the school.
Yeah.
Example, I just had it in my head. Chris Webber, Fab Five. What they brought to Michigan. They brought that. No other people could do what they did. Yeah. They brought so much attention to that.
So are you changing your answer now? Because at first you said you didn't think that.
I ain't finished what I was going to
say. I got you. I think that it should be a way after school for them to get the money. I think something like that. Yeah. Because I think it's no way to measure out who gets what. Because like I said, you got the less team, you got the racquetball team,
a lot of colleges,
soccer team, and it's so many schools, G. My bad, Sean.
And I'm happy I'm going last because I'm going to touch on all that.
Go ahead, Sean.
Also, like, this is my thing, too. Even like, Leah, they do get their little, they get their stipends from school, you know what I'm saying? They get their rent paid. Right. And then, like, people be wondering how these hoopers be looking so fresh all the time just because they get these damn stipends. I mean, these niggas ain't broke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So then, also, too, like, even if these kids want to get, like, an endorsement, let's say, they want to get, like, T-shirt commercial or a Hanes commercial, whatever like that. If they not allowed to get paid because they college players, like, basically, that's unfair. If they want to get, if they, let's say they models, let's say they
YouTubers.
You know what I'm saying? Some people are both. Some how people like sing and dance.
That was actually a thing. With the YouTuber actually lost his.
I feel like they should be able to do that, like, because they individuals, they want to get.
You the property of the NCAA.
Man, you should be able to have a job.
You the property of the NCAA.
You should be able to have a job.
Yeah, like,
you can have a job.
That's the thing, but it's like still.
Some of them will let you get it.
Like, if you want to be a model for H&M or whatever like that, you should.
No, you can't do that.
You should be able to do that because,
that's you.
I feel like you should be able to do that.
Like what was?
Well, let him get his last point out. Let him get the last one, then we could go towards the YouTube.
All right. Oh no,